Samsung 980 Pro, best for SpeedFreak AMD desktop users leveraging PCIe 4. Using PCIe 4 technology, the Samsung 980 Pro is super fast, offering double the speeds of PCIe 3 drives. While the 980 Pro will work in older PCIe 3 slots, you won't be getting the full speed, so upgrading your motherboard might be necessary. And on that front, you'll currently need an AMD Ryzen processor in a B550 or X570 chipset slot. As you might expect for a new standard, the price per gigabyte is high, so upgrading is costly.
Crucial P5 Plus, best value 4th Gen SSD. Crucial's P5 Plus is an evolution of the P5 with a focus on improved performance, especially where the original P5 let us down. Built for gamers and creative professionals who want faster load times and more efficient workflows, Crucial's P5 Plus is a solid PCIe 4.0 SSD that is priced well for its feature set. Although it banks on value more than flat-out performance, the P5 Plus proved capable of keeping up with the best in most applications. It features a host of specialized algorithms for data protection, and hardware-based Opal 2.0 compliant 256-bit encryption for data security. Additionally, the P5 Plus meets the minimum spec requirements to work with the PlayStation 5, so right now it's the most affordable way of increasing your console's storage space. If you can't quite afford the Samsung 980 Pro or Western Digital Black SN850, the P5 Plus is a solid performing alternative that's worthy of your consideration.
Western Digital Black SN850, the best PCIe 4 SSD right now. With ever so much faster random performance, a more consistent write profile, and higher efficiency, Samsung's 980 Pro earned the title as our top pick for a next-gen PCIe 4 SSD, but Western Digital's Black SN850 makes for a top-tier runner-up. Depending on the price, you can't go wrong with either one. The SN850, paired with Western Digital's new 16nm controller, marks a substantial improvement in the company's SSD architecture. The SN850 can sustain speeds of up to 7 GB per second, and deliver very responsive random performance, enabling this SSD to go toe-to-toe with our top pick. Although, that is at the cost of high idle power consumption on our test bench. Also, unlike the Samsung 980 Pro, the SN850 lacks ICE 256-bit encryption. Crucial MX500, best SSD for most people. The Crucial MX500 uses the older Sata interface, which means it's slower than the other drives we recommend, but also more universally compatible. Don't be fooled by other inexpensive drives with slightly faster transfer speeds. In real-world testing, the MX500 consistently outperforms other drives that cost considerably more. Samsung might rule the roost at the top of the solid-state tech tree, but Crucial is able to give it a bit of a headache at the more affordable SATA SSD level. Because of its Micron parent company, Crucial is able to offer SSDs using its own high-quality memory for a great price. The MX500 seriously undercuts the competing 860 Evo, and is able to offer almost identical SSD performance. That's not surprising given the speed limit imposed by the old SATA interface. The MX500 is inexpensive and considerably faster than any spinning hard disk. It has a 5-year warranty, and it supports full disk encryption. It gets an added boost from Micron 3D NAND technology, while there's also 256-bit hardware-based encryption. It also comes in both 2.5-inch and M.2 SATA versions, so it can fit in almost any desktop or laptop computer. But if you own a newer computer, the Western Digital Blue SN550 offers better performance for the same price. Samsung 860 Evo, best SATA SSD. Samsung had a hard act to follow. The 850 Evo was beloved for its stunning performance and affordability. Luckily, the Samsung 860 Evo absolutely succeeded in, well, succeeding it. Though limited by the SATA 3 interface, the 860 Evo delivers performance that iterates on its predecessor, with improved read-write speeds and an array of form factors, while still maintaining its budget price. It's not substantially quicker than the model it replaces, but the extended lifespan is certainly worth the modest investment. The 860 Evos don't offer as much endurance as the Pro models, but they come in capacities up to 4 TB just the same. All that storage doesn't come cheap, of course, but this Samsung SSD gives you fast read and write speeds as well as included data migration and Magician software. Add it all together and you've got a storage solution that is perfectly suited to professionals. If you are looking for a new SATA SSD to hold your games library or just about anything, you can't go wrong with this mainstream leader. Samsung 970 Evo Plus, the best. Samsung is no stranger to creating some of the best SSDs, but when it launched the 970 Evo Plus, even we were surprised. As the first widely available retail SSD to hit the market with Samsung's latest 9X layer flash, it delivers the performance of the 970 Evo, plus some more. So you have an SSD which is generally faster, especially in the right performance enabled by that enhanced Phoenix controller, and one that is at least the same price as the drive that it is replacing. That's how you do iterative hardware updates. Because of how affordable this drive is, it's not hard to recommend it as the best SSD. Samsung 870 Evo, best for performance seekers wedded to SATA. Samsung continues to show us that it has the best SSDs on the market. Following in the footsteps of its predecessor with top-ranking performance, great power efficiency, and all the features you could want out of SSD, the 870 Evo dominates. While not as endurant as the Pro models, the 870 Evo comes with enough endurance for most users. Whether you're a gamer or a prosumer, with capacities of up to 4 TB available, there's enough for almost any need. You don't need to look farther for a better SATA SSD, this is your best pick. AddLink S70, best for extreme value seekers. AddLink came out of nowhere to drive down the prices of every competing NVMe-based SSD, and seems to have been the catalyst for bringing nigh on price parity across the PCIe and SATA SSD ecosystem. So yeah, it may not be a recognized name in storage. However, given that the S70 is still using a completely recognizable FISN E12 controller and Toshiba's 3D TLC memory, there's not a lot that can go wrong. With the sticker off, the AddLink drive is almost identical to the pricier Seagate Fire CUDA. It also performs practically the same as the WD Black SN750, which subsequently had to drop its price to compete. At the 512 GB level, the AddLink S70 is arguably the best SSD to build your system around, and the 1 TB version has even better writes. And we've seen that as low as $120. We've no concerns around reliability either, despite the relatively unknown name. When SATA drives are costing the same, and Samsung SSDs cost more, but don't deliver much extra performance, then the AddLink S70 is our pick of the bunch. Western Digital Black SN750, best gaming SSD. Western Digital's entry into the SSD market was a long while coming, especially at the speedy end of the market, but the Black SN750 was arguably worth the wait. It nails solid-state performance on par with the best consumer Samsung Evo SSDs. The combination of in-house memory controller and Toshiba memory means what we've got here is a drive that can match Samsung in its build methodology too. And that all means Western Digital can be very aggressive with their pricing. Introduced last year, the Black SN750 is still one of the best performing NVMe SSDs, and was partially responsible for all the cheap, super-fast storage we have today. Aside from being one of the first truly affordable NVMe SSDs, it also delivers some of the fastest data transfer speeds, on par with Samsung's flagship solid-state drives, the 970 Pro. The firmware has been tweaked on this model to eke the most out of the stick in terms of performance. And Western Digital has also given this SSD the black dashboard for extra control. This allows you to manipulate settings and review performance. When you consider that this is one of the most affordable NVMe SSDs, it's easy to recommend it to any gamer looking for a new SSD, whatever their budget. Western Digital Blue 3D NAND, the most affordable. The Western Digital Blue 3D NAND might best represent the last hurrah of the SATA SSD, before NVMe technology kicks that interface into the long grass. It's a big improvement over its predecessor, and gives Samsung's mid-range products a run for their money. If you're looking to add some extra oomph to a desktop system without spending much at all, then this is absolutely worth a look. It uses the older SATA connection standard, but is still a very good SSD for buying in 2020, and the older technology means cheaper prices. Excellent overall performance coupled with competitive pricing makes for a winning combination, or it does for those that still want, or need SATA.